Story 1. In the small town of Ravenscroft, nestled between mist-covered hills and ancient forests, stood an old abbey that had been abandoned for decades. Its crumbling walls and overgrown courtyard were a testament to the passage of time, and locals spoke of strange occurrences within its dilapidated halls. The townspeople avoided the abbey, deeming it cursed, but curiosity gnawed at the edges of young Emma's mind. She was a history enthusiast, drawn to the mysteries that surrounded the decaying structure. One gloomy autumn afternoon, fueled by a sense of adventure, she decided to explore the abandoned abbey. The abbey's heavy wooden doors creaked open, and Emma stepped cautiously into the dimly lit entrance hall. The air inside was thick with dust, and the floor echoed with each footstep. As she ventured further, the whispers began, a faint, unintelligible murmur that seemed to dance on the edges of her consciousness. Undeterred, Emma pressed on, guided by the mysterious whispers that seemed to beckon her deeper into the abbey's secrets. The narrow corridors and shadowy chambers seemed to come alive with unseen presence. It was as though the very walls held memories of the nuns who once called this place home. As Emma explored, the whispers grew louder, evolving into haunting chants that echoed through the halls. She found herself in a vast, forgotten chapel, its broken stained glass windows casting ethereal patterns on the cold stone floor. In the center of the room, a dilapidated altar stood as a relic of a bygone era. A sudden chill enveloped Emma as the whispers coalesced into desperate pleas. The ghostly voices seemed to implore her to uncover the truth, their spectral words sending shivers down her spine. Unfazed, she delved into the abbey's history, uncovering a dark tale of tragedy and betrayal. Decades ago, the abbey had been a place of solace for a sisterhood of nuns. However, whispers of forbidden rituals and a pact with malevolent forces tainted its sacred walls. The nuns, lured by promises of power and eternal life, had strayed from their righteous path, sealing their fate with an ancient, unholy covenant. As Emma unraveled the abbey's secrets, the spectral whispers intensified, revealing the tortured souls trapped between realms. The abbey had become a purgatory for the lost nuns, forever bound by the consequences of their unholy choices. Determined to free the trapped spirits, Emma sought out a forgotten chamber deep within the abbey. There, she discovered an ancient tome detailing a ritual to break the curse that bound the nuns to the earthly plane. With each word she uttered, the whispers reached a crescendo, the ethereal voices blending into a haunting harmony. In the flickering candlelight, shadows danced on the walls as the ritual unfolded. Emma's heart raced as she sensed a presence around her, the very spirits she sought to release. The air grew heavy with anticipation, and the whispers became a symphony of gratitude. As the last words of the ritual left Emma's lips, a blinding light enveloped the chamber. When it subsided, the abbey was silent, the whispers silenced at last. Emma stood alone, surrounded by the remnants of a once cursed place, now freed from the shackles of its dark past. Word of Emma's bravery spread through Ravenscroft, and the town, once shrouded in fear, began to see the abbey in a new light. The whispers that had tormented the living were replaced with a sense of peace. The townspeople, grateful for Emma's courage, celebrated the restoration of the old abbey as a symbol of redemption. Little did they know that, as Emma left the abbey behind, a faint whisper lingered in the autumn wind, carrying words of gratitude from the spirits she had set free, a reminder that sometimes, even the most forsaken places can find redemption through the bravery of those willing to confront the darkness within. Story 2. In the remote village of Ravensshade, nestled deep within the embrace of ancient, foreboding woods, there stood an imposing convent known as St. Agnes Sanctuary. The convent had long been abandoned, its crumbling facade concealing a haunting secret that sent shivers down the spines of the locals. Legend spoke of the Silent Sisters, a mysterious order of nuns who once inhabited St. Agnes Sanctuary. These nuns took vows of eternal silence, communicating only through solemn gestures and the haunting hymns that echoed through the stone corridors. As the story went, the Silent Sisters delved into forbidden rituals, seeking communion with otherworldly forces that promised them divine enlightenment. Rumors of their pact with the supernatural spread like wildfire, and fear clung to the village like a spectral mist. No one dared approach the convent, fearing the lingering presence of the Silent Sisters and the curse that bound them to the unholy covenant they had forged. However, curiosity knows no bounds, and a young journalist named Samuel found himself drawn to the enigma of St. Agnes Sanctuary. Armed with a camera and an insatiable thirst for the truth, he embarked on a journey to uncover the mysteries that veiled the silent halls of the long-forgotten convent. The air inside St. Agnes Sanctuary was thick with an eerie stillness as Samuel stepped cautiously through the creaking entrance. Shadows danced on the cracked walls, and the faded portraits of stern-faced nuns watched him from their dusty frames. The oppressive silence pressed against his eardrums, a stark contrast to the rustling leaves and distant hoots of owls that echoed outside. Guided by the dim light filtering through the broken stained glass windows, Samuel ventured deeper into the heart of the convent. The air seemed to grow colder, and a sense of foreboding settled in his chest. As he explored the desolate corridors, he stumbled upon a forgotten chapel where the Silent Sisters once held their forbidden rites. In the center of the chapel, a dilapidated altar stood as a silent witness to the dark ceremonies that had taken place. Samuel's camera clicked and whirred as he documented the eerie surroundings, his every step echoing through the stillness like a distant heartbeat. Suddenly, a soft murmur filled the air, a spectral hymn that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the chapel. Samuel froze, his senses on high alert. The haunting melody swirled around him, and he felt the weight of unseen eyes upon him. In the midst of the ghostly choir, an ethereal figure materialized, an apparition cloaked in tattered nun's robes, her face hidden beneath a veil of darkness. The Silent Sister, with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through the veil of the living, drifted toward Samuel with silent steps. Despite the chill that ran down his spine, Samuel couldn't tear his gaze away from the apparition. The Silent Sister raised a spectral hand, gesturing for him to follow. Compelled by a force he couldn't comprehend, Samuel obeyed, weaving through the labyrinthine corridors as the ghostly hymn grew louder. The Silent Sister led him to a forgotten chamber, where a weathered book lay open on an ancient lectern. The pages were filled with arcane symbols and incantations, a forbidden script that whispered of the pact the Silent Sisters had made with a malevolent force from beyond the veil. As Samuel translated the ancient text, the chapel's spectral choir reached a crescendo, the ethereal voices pleading for release from the curse that bound them. The Silent Sister pointed to a passage, indicating a ritual that could potentially break the shackles that held their tortured souls. Haunted by a mix of fear and determination, Samuel embarked on the ritual, each word echoing through the desolate halls. The Silent Sisters' ghostly hymn melded with his recitation, creating a haunting harmony that reverberated through the very foundations of the convent. As the ritual unfolded, the air crackled with otherworldly energy. Shadows writhed on the walls, and the temperature plummeted. Samuel felt a heavy presence surrounding him, as if the spirits of the Silent Sisters were drawing near to witness their salvation. In the final moments of the ritual, a blinding light enveloped the chamber. When it subsided, the chapel fell silent, the ghostly hymn extinguished. The Silent Sisters' apparition stood before Samuel, her eyes now filled with gratitude. With a gentle nod, she faded away, leaving behind an overwhelming sense of peace. The curse that had gripped St. Agnes Sanctuary lifted, and the once silent halls echoed with a newfound tranquility. Samuel emerged from the convent, his camera capturing the faded beauty of a place redeemed from its haunting past. Word of Samuel's encounter with the Silent Sisters spread through Ravensshade, transforming the village's perception of the dreaded St. Agnes Sanctuary. What was once a symbol of fear became a testament to the power of courage and the possibility of redemption. As the years passed, St. Agnes Sanctuary underwent restoration, its crumbling walls rebuilt, and its tainted history slowly fading into obscurity. Yet, the memory of the Silent Sisters lingered, a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurked in the pursuit of forbidden knowledge and the enduring power of the human spirit to break free from the chains of darkness. Story 3. The town of Wycliffe had always been steeped in a sense of history and mystery, but no place encapsulated these elements more than the old convent that stood on the outskirts. Tucked away behind tall trees and overgrown bushes, St. Veronica's convent bore witness to decades of untold stories, its imposing structure casting long shadows over the surrounding landscape. It was in the early 1980s that a young historian named Olivia Daniels became captivated by the whispers surrounding St. Veronica's. Drawn to the idea of uncovering forgotten tales, she delved into the town's archives, unearthing fragments of the convent's enigmatic past. Stories of strange occurrences, unexplained disappearances, and eerie sightings fueled her curiosity, compelling her to embark on a journey that would unravel the veiled secrets of the convent. As Olivia ventured through the creaking gates and into the overgrown courtyard of St. Veronica's, a shiver ran down her spine. The air felt heavy with the weight of unseen histories, and the silence seemed to stretch infinitely, broken only by the distant calls of birds. The interior of the convent was a maze of dimly lit corridors and decaying chambers. Faded murals adorned the walls, telling stories of devotion and faith. Yet, beneath the surface, Olivia sensed a darker narrative, one that had been purposefully obscured by time and neglect. As she delved deeper into the labyrinthine halls, Olivia discovered a locked door that seemed to resist the passage of time more than any other. Determined to unveil the secrets it guarded, she sought out the key, rumored to be hidden within the convent's forgotten passages. Days turned into nights as Olivia tirelessly explored the concealed corners of St. Veronica's. Whispers, too soft to decipher, echoed through the narrow corridors, and shadows danced along the walls as if the very building held its breath, reluctant to reveal its concealed truths. Finally, in an abandoned library hidden behind a dusty tapestry, Olivia uncovered a worn leather-bound book. Its pages told a haunting tale of a group of nuns who, centuries ago, had embraced forbidden rituals in pursuit of divine power. These Silent Sisters, as they were called, sought communion with a malevolent force that promised them enlightenment but demanded a dark covenant in return. The rituals, detailed in the ancient text, spoke of veiled ceremonies performed in secrecy, the echoes of which seemed to linger within the time-worn walls of St. Veronica's. Olivia's heart raced as she realized the gravity of her findings. She had stumbled upon the untold story of the Silent Sisters and the curse that had befallen the convent. Determined to document the truth, Olivia enlisted the help of a skilled archivist, Marcus Turner, known for his expertise in deciphering ancient texts. Together, they pored over the cryptic passages, translating the rituals that bound the Silent Sisters to an otherworldly realm. As their research unfolded, the atmosphere within St. Veronica's shifted. Unseen hands seemed to guide Olivia and Marcus through the labyrinth of secrets, revealing hidden chambers where the Silent Sisters had once communed with the supernatural. One fateful night, as a storm raged outside, Olivia and Marcus stumbled upon a forgotten chapel concealed behind a concealed door. Its altar, adorned with faded symbols, bore witness to the clandestine ceremonies that had taken place within its hallowed walls. In the midst of their exploration, a cold wind swept through the chapel, extinguishing the candles that flickered on the altar. Whispers, no longer soft and indistinct, echoed through the chamber, as if the very air carried the voices of the Silent Sisters, pleading for release from the curse that bound them. Fear and fascination intertwined as Olivia and Marcus uncovered a hidden trapdoor beneath the chapel's ancient rug. It led to a subterranean chamber, untouched by time, where the Silent Sisters had conducted their most forbidden rituals. As they descended into the depths, the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy. The walls of the chamber seemed to pulsate with a spectral glow, and the temperature plummeted as Olivia and Marcus found themselves in the heart of the Silent Sisters' covenant. In the flickering light of a single lantern, they deciphered the final incantation, the key to breaking the curse that held the spirits of the Silent Sisters captive. The chamber resonated with a haunting chorus as Olivia recited the words, each syllable a plea for redemption. As the last echoes of the incantation faded away, the very ground beneath Olivia and Marcus trembled. A blinding light enveloped the chamber, casting long shadows that danced on the walls. When the brilliance subsided, the air was still, and a profound silence settled over St. Veronica's. Olivia and Marcus emerged from the subterranean chamber, their hearts heavy with the weight of the untold history they had unveiled. The once haunted convent stood transformed, its atmosphere cleansed of the spectral remnants that had clung to its every corner. Word of their discovery spread through Wycliffe, forever altering the town's perception of St. Veronica's convent. The once feared structure became a testament to the redemptive power of uncovering the truth, a beacon of hope in the face of darkness. In the years that followed, the renovated St. Veronica's served as a living archive, preserving the memory of the Silent Sisters and the courage of those who dared to unveil the veiled secrets that had lingered for centuries. Olivia and Marcus's names became synonymous with the triumph of light over shadow, a reminder that even the darkest histories could find solace in the embrace of truth. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications if you enjoyed the video so you never miss an upload.